As to Trump and the Nobel Prize, it's not up to me to decide who should win the prize. And I don't think anyone present here will object, or anyone from your audience will object, when I say that there have been cases when the Nobel Prize Committee gave the Peace Prize to people who did nothing for peace. And in my opinion, those decisions damaged the prize's authority. So they gave the Peace Prize to people who did not do anything. You should only give the prize on the basis of actual merit. Otherwise, the significance of the prize is eroded, and that's what was happening. But ultimately, it's not up to me to judge. And I don't know whether the current US president is worthy of the prize, but he really is doing a lot to resolve the complicated issues of today that have persisted for years and for decades, the difficult crises that exist. And it is the case with the crisis in Ukraine. He's genuinely striving to find a resolution. Some things have been done, some things haven't, and maybe we will be able to achieve more based on the Anchorage talks. But he's certainly working on those issues, working on ways to achieve peace and resolve the difficult international situations that exist today. And the situation in the Middle East is one striking example. If the current initiative is brought to its completion, if everything that Donald was striving to do will be made real, it will be a truly historic achievement. And you may have noted that I talked with the Prime Minister of Iraq, who is now presiding at the League of Arab States, yesterday, and we agreed to move the meeting between Russia and the Arab League. And I did that because I don't want to interfere in the current process that I hope has now gained traction, a process that has been made possible with a very important role played by Donald Trump, and that is certainly an achievement. But once again, it's not for me to decide whether the prize should be given to him and whether it is the kind of achievement that should be rewarded with this particular prize.
This personal conversation of the president's was just about the results of Anchorage, about which Putin spoke to inform. Yes, he provided detailed information about Alaska, the agreements, the situation before Alaska, and the situation after Alaska. Is there anything important or new you can share with us? You know, perhaps you all know. It was about the proposals of the United States of America at the time, and Putin confirmed this, about the US proposals on Ukraine, not Russia. Is it still relevant on the table? It will always be relevant. If it were accepted today, the war would end today. If tomorrow, then tomorrow. Do you agree with the Nobel Committee's decision regarding the Nobel Peace Prize? Trump did not receive it. It's complete nonsense. Trump deserved this Nobel Prize. He should have been given it for all the reasons, especially for those reasons for which the Nobel Prize has been awarded recently to just about anyone. Remember the previous case with the US president who did nothing at all, became president, and received this prize. Trump has done quite a bit for peace. They did a great disservice to the peace process in all areas, because Trump might be offended. But I'm saying that the Nobel Committee didn't award the prize for peace. They awarded it to those who are not interested in peace. I don't know this Venezuelan person and don't want to speak about him. But I'm absolutely convinced that from all positions and especially for the future, to tie Trump to this Nobel Peace Prize to the peaceful process, he should have been given this prize. A short-sighted decision, utterly unclear. Well, it's like being on the front line.
Congratulations to Maria Corina Machado and the committee on the decision. But during the past months, US President Donald Trump has repeatedly said he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize and he'd like to have it. He even said that it would be an insult to the United States if he doesn't get it. What does as the chairman of the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, think of this, and how has this campaign-like activity by the president and his supporters, domestically and internationally, affected the deliberations and the thinking in the committee?
In the long history of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think this committee have seen any type of campaign, media attention. We receive thousands and thousands of letters every year of people wanting to say what for them leads to peace. This committee sits in a room filled with the portraits of all laureates, and that room is filled with both courage and integrity. So we base only our decision on the work and the will of Alfred Nobel.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.